I am pretty sure at some point in your art journey you've made a drawing and thought, something's off. The face looks weird, the proportions feel wrong. You can't tell why, but it just doesn't look right. It happens to me all the time. And honestly, it's so frustrating because the face is usually the first thing people look at in a drawing. So yeah, drawing heads from different angles has always been one of my biggest struggles, but today I decided that's gonna end. Today is the day I finally relearned how to draw heads from any angle, and I'm doing it with you guys. Let's go! As always, the first step is get good references. So before even touching a pencil, I went on YouTube and made a little playlist of videos all about head drawing. You can find a playlist on my channel, by the way. I watched a bunch, but these few were super helpful. While watching, I took some notes, not the prettiest notes ever, but hey, we're still on the phase one. We are noobs now, but we will become pros later. Don't lose hope. Here is what I learned. There are tons of ways to draw heads, but they all start with the same thing, simplifying shapes. Like in my last anatomy video, if you haven't seen it, you should. We break things down into one simple form, boxes. I've found two main methods. The method one is the mask method. Basically, you simplify the face into a mask. From that fold, you add features like the nose and ears, following the natural curvature of the face. The key idea is that the face isn't flat, it curves. So the eyes, nose, and mouth follow that curve. The method 2 is the simple circle. This one's my go-to. You start with a circle, then add guiding lines to build the structure of the head. It's perfect for basic front and side views, so that's where we're going to start. Let's go through the 4 simplest angles together. Front view. You start drawing a circle, you add a vertical line down the middle and a horizontal line. Use those guys to place the chin, eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and everything left. Then you add the hair and neck to finish it off. The profile view. You start the same way, circle plus guidelines. Divide the circle into 4 equal parts and mark out the nose, mouth, and ear positions. Then you finish it with the eyes, eyebrows, and hair. The top-down view. Same circle base, but this time the chin's line is closer to the circle, since we are looking down at the head. So everything, eyes, nose, and mouth, sits slightly lower, while the ears move up. In this perspective, ears will be upper. You finally end up adding the hair and you got it. The bottom-up view. Now it's the opposite. The chin extends further down so it looks longer. Eyes, mouth, and nose shifts upward, and in this case the ears will be lower. Note that the proportions are just a guide. They will change depending on the character's age and features. For example, younger characters have bigger eyes and closer facial features. As you can see in this example I did, in anime, the older the character, the sharper and more stylized the lines get. Once you get comfy with the basics, it's time for the hard mode, the mixing angles. Here's where the mask method really helps. This part reminds me of the cube exercise I did before, rotating slightly each time, like looking up left, down right, up right. You know the pain, right? Using the mask helped me visualize where the features go while changing the angle. And here's what came out of that practice. Not perfect, but way better than before. And then, it's the moment for the final boss. I couldn't decide what to draw until I remembered that I have a nosy, which is crystal. Like, yes, basically me. So I decided to make an expression sheet for her. This would really test everything I just learned, because now it's not just angles, but expressions too, which will increase the difficulty so much. If you like a full video focused only on drawing facial expressions, let me know in the comments. I honestly love an excuse to practice more because I totally suck at it. I looked for references with different perspectives, up, down, right, and left, and did 8 phases total, each with a different expression. The process took way longer than I expected. It always happens, every time, honestly. My biggest struggle? Well, eyes and mouths. They have always been tricky for me. Figuring out the right placement in perspective is so tough. I used to place the eyes with no perspective, really scary. I know that. Same with the mouth, I just can't figure out the correct position for it. After drawing the sketch, I skipped the liner, as I usually do, and I render in my style, adding simple shadows and lightning. If you're curious about my rendering process, it's very simple. It's just sketch, refine the sketch line, and go ahead with messy coloring and rendering. It's pretty simple, but if you want a video, let me know in the comments. But in the end, here is the result! I finally feel like I understand the structure of the face a little bit better. Well, now, much better. And that's huge, because understanding why things look the way they do makes you more conscious of what you're drawing. And that's the key, that's the secret, that is what makes you improve and become a better artist. And if you never take your time to practice and learn the basics for anatomy or wherever you want to master, you will not be able to progress. Art is hard and takes much time. You will not find an artist who became good in just 2 months. Just take your time and at your own rhythm. If you want to try the same exercise, I've shared the simplified structure and guides I used. You can find them linked in the Drive folder in the description of the video. Also, don't forget we've got a Discord server full of artists who'd love to help you out and see your results. There are also a lot of art resources for you to check it out. So I dare you. Make your own expression sheet and share it there. It can be the same I did if it's easier for you to follow the guides I gave you, or you can play the next level and make your own. Can't wait to see your original characters. But before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a nice comment below. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much for coming. Of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye everyone!